of its ideology. And with the perspective that will be shared to us by Bishop Nilutayan, we could promise you that you will share the belief that Philippinism is the best ideology that this country could possibly embrace. And he will be joined by Governor Hermilando Mandanas. I'm sure you're all aware of the Supreme Court ruling on the Mandanas bill, no? On the Mandanas ruling. Yeah. The Mandanas ruling, just to give you a very concise description, requires the national government to rechannel up to 40% of the national budget to local government units. And accordingly, many of the public services that are now being provided by the national government will be now channeled or implemented by the local government units. And you will hear Governor Mandanas, who happens to be the national chairman also of the Federation of Regional Development Boards of the Philippines. No? So, pagsasama-samahin natin yan, ideolohiya, yung mga changes, systemic changes, no? And the specific provisions, programs, no? That's why we invited Secretary Conrad Estrella III, whose grandfather was the former Agrarian Reform Secretary. No? Explain niya sa atin, and we are actually encouraging him to make some improvements on the implementation of the Agrarian Reform Law, because it's apparent that certain provisions in the Agrarian Reform Law is constraining the development of our agriculture. No? Nagkaroon siya ng parang medyo negative impact dahil yung mga nabigyan ng lupa, maliliit na lupa, no, binigay sa farmers, kulang naman yung support mechanisms. Wala silang kapital, wala silang access sa modern equipment, tsaka yung kanilang management skills, no? Hindi na kompleto. In other words, pinagluto sila, hindi kompleto ang rekado. Kaya ayan, hirap na hirap ang ating mahal na presidente na i-improve ang agricultural productivity because of certain structural constraints, no? So, pag-uusapan po natin to, and this will be a first, by the way, na isama mo ang agrarian. Kasi, mga politiko, hindi nila pag-uusapan yan because baka matapik nila yung mga agrarian beneficiaries. Million po yan at hindi na sila iboboto. But in our case, we have, people like, non-political people like our co-chair, convener, Dr. Maricor Malitaw, who was earned her PhD in sociology, to share with us, some tricks in managing, the psyche of certain people, of certain categories of people to make them more productive. And I would like to mention also that our friend Bong Anyo has been dealing with IPs, the lowest of, in the modern perception, parang sila yung lowest sa society, but actually their values are not. And we could put all these things together to make a stronger, a more just, and a more prosperous nation. So yan po ang mga ating pag-uusapan, from geopolitical to socio-economic to even management issues, no? lahat ng constraints pag-uusapan natin objectively, intelligently, and we will come out with solutions and propose this to the national government as a policy recommendation, as guide, no? So we could have a better country, a better republic of the Philippines. Last statement ko po, masarap daw yung food tasting